Hey guys, what's up? It's Pascale and Mo with Art of Adventure.
Hey guys.
Welcome back to our channel. So the first day of fall got us thinking, like, what an amazing summer.
It was a good summer.
This is a good summer. What was your favorite part?
I got to hang out with Naj and Bailey for the summer. That was pretty cool.
That was really cool. We did a lot of spring hopping. We did some kayaking.
We did that too.
So it kind of got us thinking on this first day of fall, how can you plan the perfect summer vacation? And then we took it to another level. It's Florida, so you can do these things year round.
All year round.
Here we go. The pitter patter, the raindrops, clear water. Family back there. Yes, please. Here they come. So here we go. Our top 3 summer adventures in Florida that you can do year round. Hi, baby.
Hello, darling.
How are you?
Good.
Man, that's beautiful. Starts at Kings Landing on the Rock Springs Run. Freaking awesome. First of all, you can't beat the location. Rock Springs Run is just outside of Orlando in Apopka. To get to that beautiful blue-green water, hang a right or upstream when you paddle out of Kings Landing. The Rock Springs Run is clear. The trees are especially photogenic, and there are plenty of shallow beaches along the banks to stop for a family photo or two. That's right. This summer, our trip to Kings Landing was extra special. Mo's son Naj and his fiancée Bailey were visiting from out of town. Normally, I steer people away from tandem kayaks, but they wanted to ride together.
Hey, you guys okay? You guys right up there? You okay, Najee?
Let's just say I've heard tandems described as divorce kayaks. One person paddles right, the other paddles left. They both end up in the trees. Yeah, it can be tense. Let's see how Naj and Bailey do. The first 90 minutes of the paddle are upstream against the current. The run is not that wide, and during the summer months, you'll be sharing it with plenty of other people, many of them first-timers. This particular trip was in late June. We chose to go during the week so it wouldn't be as crowded. It was quiet enough for Mo to stop and get the drone up. There's nothing like this view. You can see how the Rock Springs Run snakes its way through the landscape of Central Florida. You can barely see us down there, but that's all 4 of us, paddling from right to left across your screen. Yes! Solid performance, baby.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
When the water meets Kelly Park, you have to turn around. Kelly Park is a separate park where you can tube and visit the head spring. In my opinion, Rock Spring is one of the most unique springs in the state of Florida. It made our list of top family-friendly springs and top lazy rivers. I'll put links to those videos here and in the description below. The turnaround point is a good spot to go for a swim, eat lunch, or grab that family photo. The paddle back to Kings Landing is downstream. You travel with the current, so no need to paddle too much. Just do a little steering to stay out of the trees and go with the flow. It's much, much easier to take pictures or videos when you're flowing with the current, so keep that in mind. You don't need to struggle to paddle and take pictures on the way up. There will be plenty of opportunities for documenting on the way back down. Since you're going with the current, it will only take you 20 or 30 minutes to get back. It will also renew your confidence as a kayaker. I'm happy to report Naj and Bailey made it to this point relatively unscathed.
You want to push me in the water? I ain't never say that.
Now, if you want a longer trip on the water, keep going past Kings Landing towards Wekiva River. The water's darker and there is a lot more wildlife. It's very cool. Just remember, you're still floating with the current at this point. Unless you reserved a shuttle, you'll have to turn around and paddle against the current to get back. Here are a few more pro tips for your trip to King's Landing. Plan your trip in advance. This place is popular. If you need to rent anything, check your date and time of day way ahead of time. Rentals are between $49 and $69. If you bring your own boat, you'll have to pay a $10 launch fee. You should also schedule your launch time online. Parking is free, but plan on walking a bit if you go during the summer. You can bring a cooler on the water with you, but they will check for alcohol and disposable items. Both are no-nos here. They work hard to keep this place pristine and beautiful. There are only a few waterways in this state as beautiful as Rock Springs Run. Please help us keep it that way. Okay, here's another absolute gem in Florida that you can schedule year-round. I'm talking about snorkeling or scuba diving Shipwrecks off Pompano Beach. Yep, you can explore Shipwrecks. And I'm talking about some big old boats just off the coast. I recommend tapping the folks at South Florida Diving Headquarters to lead the way. They have boats that head offshore 3 times a day. On this particular weekend, I did 8 dives in 3 days. That included several reef dives, my very first night dive, and 4 shipwrecks. This area is the perfect spot to get your feet wet as an underwater explorer. It's known as the wreck capital of the world, with more than 100 shipwrecks that span 23 miles. Most of the boats you find down here were scuttled to help restore the coral reef, and it's working. It's pretty cool to go down and find wildlife living where there was no life just a few years ago. Visibility was pretty good on this day, and the fish were everywhere. The shipwrecks sit anywhere from 30 feet deep to 300 feet deep. How much you can explore is dependent on your skill level. Clearly, you can't just grab a snorkel and swim 100 feet deep. For the full effect, I do recommend getting scuba certified. There is something very peaceful yet exciting about exploring places few people can. Here are some pro tips for exploring shipwrecks off the coast of South Florida. Book your trip through a dive company. These guys are pros and they will put you on the right spot. I'm a big fan of South Florida Diving Headquarters. They have trips for all skill levels. Whether you want to snorkel or scuba dive, they have options for children and large groups. Yes, even as a snorkeler, you can explore a shipwreck. The USS Copenhagen sits in about 25 feet of water. I put a link to all the pricing information in the description below. Oh, and don't forget your snacks for the boat. Here it is, my third option for summer-like trips that you can take year-round in Florida is Ginnie Springs. I know, there are a lot of springs in Florida, so why Ginnie? Well, Ginnie has everything, especially if you're looking to make it a weekend getaway. You can camp. You can cook out. This is one of the only springs in the state of Florida where alcohol is allowed. One word of warning, because you can drink here, it does tend to get rowdy on weekends and holidays. But for me, the real reason to come to Ginnie Springs is to relax in all the right ways. You can tube the lazy river, make use of the rope swings scattered along the banks. And there are 7 different springs on the property. You can swim, snorkel, free dive, or even scuba dive in these springs. When the water levels are low and the water is crystal clear, it is gorgeous. The water stays 72 degrees year-round, so it feels good even in the winter months.
Is too much air?
Ginnie Springs has a lot of amenities too. There's a free air fill station, which comes in handy for the tubes. There's a general store and a restaurant that sells real food.
How's your brother doing over there? Oh, Look, I think they won this one. What is that?
Here are a few more pro tips for an epic experience at Ginnie Springs. The crowds generally subside a bit after Labor Day and on weekdays. If the party atmosphere is what you want, then stick to weekends and holidays. Reserve your campsite early. Try to arrive during daylight hours to set up your camp. There are some swampy areas you will want to avoid. Take your trash with you. Please don't litter this beautiful park. And check the website for prices. They change throughout the year. This place has in-season and out-of-season pricing. I'll put a link in the description below. Like all Florida parks, keep your eye on the weather and call ahead. We do get storms and extreme high tides. They can force the parks to close from time to time. So what are some of your favorite Florida vacation spots? Let us know in the comments below. We would love to check them out.
For sure. And if you're interested in any of the gear we use, we have a link for that below as well.
Yeah, go check it out. It helps keep us on the road. We're all about that, right?
It does.
Did you find the video helpful? Hit that little like button. And go ahead, you're already there. You might as well subscribe, right?
Give us a subscription. There's nothing to consider.
Nothing to consider. Hey, remember, let our experiences help your experiences be epic.
Hey.
It all makes up the art of adventure.
All those experiences make up the art of adventure. But all you have to do is go get it.
Go get it. Go get it.